Hey everybody, welcome back for the last time to the office, at least what has been the office of Dynamic Alignment Bodywork and of me, Liam Bowler, and that's a big reason I want to make today's video. I do have something I want to share about walking, another insight I've had about walking that I think can be useful for people, but again a big part of this is to say goodbye from this office, which has been such an amazing space for me over the last few years, and a lot of pretty cool juju in this room. So good luck to whoever gets it, though. Actually just found out the building's getting demoed, but that's a whole other conversation. But either way, yeah, all my stuff's gone, and this is literally the last thing I'm going to do in this office, and then we'll probably sit down and write and kind of say goodbye to the space. But anyway, more on that in a second. But before I go, just want to share yet one more sort of context for walking. So something that we do, like it or not, if you have two legs and they work, that's how you're getting around at least some of the time. And a lot of us, and maybe you if you're watching this video, have some sense of walking as more than just the thing you've got to do in between here and your car. Right, as either kind of a sort of moving meditation practice, as an exercise practice, as a great way to do like a somatic reset, any and all of those. But it's something obviously as a species we've been doing for a long, long time. So it's pretty hardwired into us as much as any movement is going to be. So that said, I think a really nice way of framing walking is this, that it's equal parts ankle and hip movement. And most of us tend to camp out a little bit more in one or the other. And that can be, I like the term movement koan. You can sort of use this as an investigation into your own movement practice. And the trippy thing about walking is you could walk with just your hips, right? You could have your ankles in casts and you could march using just hip movement. You could do the same thing with have your hips in casts and your knees, right? You could walk with straight legs, and it would of course be awkward, right? But you could walk with just your ankles. Again, most of us don't do either extreme, right? Unless we need to for some reason, unless you are in a cast. But we tend to favor one or the other. So I think a really nice metaphor, or way of, not even metaphor, but just way of thinking about it, is when you're pushing off the ankle, that's sort of giving your weight to the earth. You could say the earth doing her part, its part, to lift you up. And then the hip flexion, lifting up from the hip, is sort of you doing your part. And an ideal walk, for most of us, is going to be some semblance of equal parts of these. So both pushing off from the earth, that is from your ankles, and of you lifting from your hips. In the Alexander technique, there's a cue that I just did a very short class in, but I like this cue of the knees releasing forward, away from the hip and away from the ankle at the same time. And that release can really only happen if there's sort of equal parts, hip flexion and what's called plantar flexion, or stepping down through the ankle. So I really liked that sort of meeting of the earth in that way, where you're not totally falling into it, but you're also not needing to like walk on hot coals, but finding that place that's like equally the sweet spot of both while you walk. And I won't even demo that because you know what walking looks like, and the point, as always in these videos, isn't to imitate, but to find your own, or maybe imitate, very short bits if a movement is complex, but to find your own truth within that. And so, again, adios from 1123 East John Street, and I will continue to write and make videos as far as I can tell. I'm actually off on my sabbatical, leaving Seattle tonight, and you can subscribe to either both of those, my YouTube channel or my website, WordPress thing that has the blog. And if you don't know how to do any of that, you can send me an email, Mom. Actually, we already got you set up. But for everyone else, and actually all of y'all, thanks so much again for your support. And I'll continue to do this. Be well. Last transmission. Signing out. Bye.